everyone, I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. Today is Tuesday, September 10th, 2024, and this is your partial lunar eclipse of the Harvest Moon Tarot reading. We are entering eclipse season, and the other day, I did that 999 portal reading for all of you, and if you haven't seen it, I do encourage you to take a look. During that reading, I explained what the 999 portal is, and that it is taking place between September 9th and September 18th, and there were issues or circumstances that we may have to contend with, or things we want to do, and that time period of September 9th through the 18th is like the opportune time for us to work on whatever that issue or those issues are for each of us. So again, if you didn't see that reading, I do suggest that you do that. But today during my meditation, it dawned on me that the partial lunar eclipse is happening at the tail end of the 999 portal. And so even though that portal period is great for manifestation, it's been my experience that manifestation during lunar eclipses are actually a bad idea. And so I was called to do this reading for you, to share that with you. It's been my experience that lunar eclipses, the energy surrounding them tends to be chaotic, unpredictable, maybe even volatile. So I take that 48-hour period of the lunar eclipse and I do not manifest at all. Instead, I redirect my attention on maybe something the divine wants me to focus on or adjust in my life. So when I can resume manifestation, I can use those that newfound knowledge or skills or whatever and incorporate that to like better enhance my manifestation. I hope I'm making sense. So the lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse, is occurring on September 17th or 18th. It'll be different depending on where you live in the world. So just do a quick internet search for your region of the world and see what particular day that partial lunar eclipse is occurring on, and then it's my recommendation that on that day and the day after you do not manifest. So for those of you that want something else to do in that 48-hour period that will then later help you in your manifestations or bringing your dreams to reality, this reading is for you. I'm doing this in 4 different, not quick reads, but mini reads, fire signs, earth signs, air signs, and then water signs. Just take the messages that fit and, leave the ones that don't. Remember, it's a collective general reading, so it's not individualized or personalized to you. I will include timestamps below. I've set the intentions of this to be for your sun, moon, and rising. So if you're not sure what that is, also pinned to the comment section will be a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Just take a look at that placement and then come back here and click on the timestamp for that respective placement. I have no other intentions set here except for that. So let's begin with fire signs. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let's see, what would the divine like you to focus on, or what would they like you to maybe adjust or maybe even release during this time period. So let's see what comes out for you. Tapping into the energy now of all 3 fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What partial lunar eclipse message do you have for them? For Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What do they need to focus on, and what do they need to adjust or release? What do you need to focus on, fire signs? Let's see. What do fire signs need to focus on? Please and thank you. We have the 7 of Wands in the upright. Why the 7 of Wands in the upright? For what fire signs need to focus on? Please and thank you. 7 of Wands in the upright is being clarified by the Hermit in the upright, the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, and the Tower in the reverse. What do fire signs need to adjust? What do they need to adjust during this 48-hour time period? Please and thank you. 5 of Cups in the upright. Why the 5 of Cups in the upright? For what they need to adjust or release? Please and thank you. 5 of Cups in the upright is being clarified by the Queen of Cups in the upright, the 7 of Cups in the reverse, and the 4 of Pentacles in the upright. Overall energy for fire signs during the partial lunar eclipse will be the Page of Swords in the upright. That leaves at the bottom of the deck the 5 of Wands in the upright, the Ace of Swords in the reverse, and the Hierophant in the upright. I also have the 9 of Pentacles here and a King of Swords, as well as the 2 of Wands. Some of you are at a crossroads in your life. Again, if this isn't your reading, just check your other placements. Some of you are at a crossroads, fire sign. You're at a crossroads in your life. Now, this could be you want to change careers or career path. Some of you maybe want to change where you live. Others want to exit a relationship. Could actually be a marriage for some of you with that Hierophant card. Whatever it is for you, you're delaying making this change because you're afraid of the fallout. And that's why the Tower is here in the reverse. It's like you're using all of your strength with that Seven of Wands card, sort of defending where you're at now. I don't even know if you realize you're doing it, but like energetically, you're defending where you're at, even though that's not where you want to be. So again, this could be where you live or a relationship you're in or a job you currently have. You energetically show up for it every day when you know you don't really want to be there. But you're afraid of the fallout. You're afraid of any conflict that could arise, Five of Wands. You're afraid of the fallout of the Tower. So you're trying to hold up a tower that you don't even want to exist within anymore. You're just afraid of what happens if I stop holding it up. So what you need to focus on is this life change that you want. A lot of you literally want to shift your life in a different direction or start a new chapter. You have the Wheel of Fortune card here. Unfortunately, you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet, my friends. And this might require you to break some hearts or maybe disappoint a current employer. Now, I'm not telling you to file for divorce during the lunar, partial lunar eclipse. I'm not telling you to, change career paths or like immediately quit your job on the 17th of the month. But it is time for you to harness that energy of the Page of Swords and become inquisitive and get more information on how can I make this monumental change with the least amount of fallout, because it's clear that you want to avoid the fallout. You want to minimize the damage here. I just heard the carnage. So I don't know what it is that some of you want to change. I think for some of you, you want to leave a marriage that's no longer working, or there's a lot of conflict in it, or a long-term relationship. Doesn't have to be a marriage. I'm just saying that because I see the Hierophant card. But whatever you're in, whatever the Hierophant is representing here, some sort of institution that you're part of. A long-term relationship. This could be a lease for where you live. This could be your current employer. But there's a lot of conflict here. And you're not telling the truth about the conflict. Like you're not confronting it. Ace of Swords in the reverse. It's like you go to work every day in a very volatile and chaotic place of employment, and you don't really talk to anyone about it. You just sort of put up with it because that's my life, and I'm afraid to change that. And even though you can find another job, Page of Swords is there. Oh, you know that you can find information on where to apply, and if you put your application or resume out there, you can find another job. But then you're afraid that if you give notice, there's going to be conflict. And for some of you, this could be a relationship that you want to leave, and you're afraid of the conflict. Some of you may also be afraid, what will people say? Five of Swords could also, Five of Wands could also indicate you being in the position to defend yourself, why you're leaving that job, or why you're changing career paths at 55 years old, or why you're leaving a long-term relationship, or why are you suddenly selling your house and I don't know, moving to Arizona, or moving to the other side of the world. So some of you are afraid of doing that. I don't know why. Each of your situations are different, but you want to change something in your life here, something monumental. The Wheel of Fortune talks about a new path, a new cycle, and it's like you're almost like itching. I'm getting itchy, literally. Like I think you're itching to go, but you're afraid that the grass might not be greener, or the new job won't be this is almost like the devil kind of feeling. So whatever this is for you, Aries, Leo, Sag, whether it's a relationship, where you live, a community, a job, it's not the greatest. There could be conflict there. There could be lies there, especially if it's a relationship. There could be a lot of lies or a lot of truths withheld, which I always say is lying, right? It's lying by omission, not omitting the truth to me is a lie. So it could be some scenario like that, but that's better than what you don't know. You're afraid the next relationship might be worse, or the next job might be worse, or the next community you move to might be worse. And so you kind of almost gaslight yourself into like staying in a very toxic or tumultuous or at the very least unsatisfying situation or relationship. And so what the three of you, Aries, Leo, Sag, what the fire signs can focus on during this 48-hour period is acquiring information on how to exit the situation they're in with the least amount of fallout. That might require you to go to a headhunter or a job placement agency. For others of you, you might need a therapist, someone to talk to, a trusted friend or advisor. Speaking of advisor, some of you may need to talk to an accountant or inquire with an attorney. There's some acquisition here of information or advice that you will need in order to make this life shift or this life change. And again, could be in your career, finance, or love and romance sector. Doesn't really matter what it is, but it's like you need good counsel. And King of Swords here is good counsel. This is like what you don't see coming. So when you're at the crossroads here of this life of yours, this big change, Two of Wands, there is someone you can go to. This King of Wands, again, this could be an attorney, an advisor, a best friend. If you're looking to change jobs, a job placement agency, a headhunter, this is like representing the individual that is available to you should you contact them for assistance in figuring this out, because you're just sitting stuck and stagnant in a situation that you're really no longer happy in or is no longer fulfilling. And for some of you, it's straight up toxic. I mean, you got the devil card here. So it's like again, that was weird because I had said to you, it's like some of you think, well, it's better than, the devil I know, is better than the devil I don't know. But is it? Because is this good enough for you? Four of Pentacles is a very stuck and stagnant place to be. Seven of Cups in the reverse is someone who knows what they want. They're no longer clouded. They're no longer confused. So it's like you know what you want, but you don't want to go after it. It either requires, well, it's definitely going to require you to leave something or someone behind, Five of Cups. But in that leaving, there's tension, conflict, and for a lot of you, it's a big, massive tower. And you're afraid of the fallout of the tower. So I don't know what this is for you. It's clearly something big if it's coming through in a collective read for fire signs. Definitely something toxic or at the very least stale and stagnant that you need to exit or change in your life. It's going to require you to leave something or someone behind. Some of you are afraid to do that. But this 48-hour period of the partial lunar eclipse would be an opportune time for you instead of manifesting the change, because I feel for a lot of you the change is there or could be made available very quickly to you if you really wanted it. So don't even bother manifesting this on the partial lunar eclipse. Instead, actively, physically in our 3D world now, because manifestation is more like 5D spiritually. So use that 48-hour period here in the 3D world to actually acquire information, possibly make contact with whatever is representative of this King of Swords. This could be a family member you need help from, a friend, like I said, an accountant, an attorney, a job placement agency. That individual is like directly correlated to whatever this monumental change is. So it'll be different for each of you. But there is an individual or individuals you can reach out to help you make this big life shift change, and also acquire information to minimize the fallout. But just keep in mind that you're going to have to break a few eggs in order to make an omelet. So there will be people you leave behind, or there will be individuals who are heartbroken by this. And I understand that you love and care about them, but we also only get this life that we remember. I do believe in reincarnation, but I want to make the most of this life, right, while I'm here, so then I can do something else in my next life. That's just kind of how I look at reincarnation, or whatever my soul contract is going to be for the next life. So I'm of the belief where I want to pursue my happiness to the fullest extent I can in this life, and then honor whatever contracts or agreements I made before I got here while I'm here, but I definitely want to chase my dreams. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is chasing your dreams, and you're sort of like afraid to do it because, again, you don't want to hurt someone or leave someone behind. So that 48-hour period, instead of manifesting change, instead actually work to acquire information on what it is you want to change. And then I would say to resume your manifestation and then actively co-create with the universe to put whatever information you're going to acquire during that 48-hour period, you can then use that to implement the change that you really want in your life. I hope those messages made sense. If they didn't, just check your other placements. Let's get some Moonology cards now for you. In respect to what you need to focus on, you have open up to change, new moon in Aquarius. Literally can't make it up. Open up to change. Open up to understanding that you know, some people may be disappointed. You know, when you find the other job and you give the current job notice, they might feel disappointed. But how else are you going to change your life or shift your timeline or improve your timeline or chase your dream if you don't do it? If you just constantly stay at a job that is either toxic or mediocre, I think, oh, that's a great message. Your obligation is to yourself and your own happiness. Oof. Let's get another Moonology card for you. Clear your mind. I love it. Yes. Clear your mind of all the negatives of what can go wrong and instead focus on what can go right, and also focus on acquire information about this monumental change that you want to make. I feel like information is power for you at this time. Your message from Archangel Michael: stay the course. Don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. You're just having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and keep going, fire signs. I love this message for you. And, you know, this individual sort of reminds me of the King of Swords, doesn't it? And like this individual has a sword here, which is the sword of truth, the sword of information, the sword of intel. It's what the Page of Swords is holding also. So I definitely feel for a lot of you, there's a big life change you want to make and you're afraid. You don't want to leave people behind or hurt people. But I feel like there's a valuable information out there, or a valuable individual that has the information you need to help you make that life transition, and also reduce whatever impact you're afraid of at the same time. So take that how it resonates to you and for you. Again, if you did not like that, just check your other placements. And until I read for you again, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, I'm wishing you good luck with the situation, as well as love, light, and peace. Hello, Earth signs. Let's see, what would the divine like you to focus on or maybe adjust during this 48-hour period of the partial lunar eclipse? So I want you to keep in mind that that partial lunar eclipse on September 17th and 18th will be different depending on where you live in the world. So just do a quick internet search to see what day it actually falls on for you, the 17th or the 18th, and then stop your manifestation on the day of the lunar eclipse and the day after, and instead redirect your focus or attention, if you choose, on whatever comes out in this reading today. So tapping into the earth signs, we have Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn here. What do earth signs need to focus on, or what do they need to adjust during the partial lunar eclipse? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. What do you need to focus on? Ooh, the Chariot, victory, success, and moving. Moving, I love that. Okay, why is the Chariot here for the earth signs, please, and thank you. Chariot in the upright is being clarified by 2 of Cups in the upright, 3 of Wands in the upright, and 5 of Swords in the upright. What do you need to adjust or release during the partial lunar eclipse? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. We have the 3 of Pentacles in the upright. Why the 3 of Pentacles in the upright? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. 3 of Pentacles in the upright is being clarified by King of Wands in the upright, the Emperor in the reverse, and the 6 of Swords in the upright. Bottom of the deck, overall energy. Wow. Fast night here. So you have the Chariot, and then you have the Knight of Swords here as well in the upright. That leaves at the bottom of the deck the Empress in the upright, the Sun in the reverse, and the Tower in the upright. And then we have the Magician with the Ace of Swords behind that. Earth signs, earth signs. Similar message to Aries, a little bit different here. Aries could have been career focused or community focused, like changing where they live. But for a lot of you, this is regarding love. So take this message how it resonates to you, and just only take the parts that fit. And if none of it does, just check your other placements, my love, okay? Some of you have a desire for really a really deep, soulful love connection. Some of you can be partnered already. Some of you could be recently separated. Others of you totally single and happy. But the collective feel here is that earth signs are desiring true, deep, affectionate, reciprocal love. So again, if that's not your message or story or how you're feeling, just check your other placements. So there's a desire here for true partnership. A lot of you have been in relationships that have a lot of conflict. You sort of tied love to conflict. This could be childhood wounds or just relationship patterns. Some of you are currently in a relationship that you're not very happy in. You're resonating here as the Empress in the upright, even though that is Venusian energy and Venus rules Taurus and Libra. This is representing you as an earth sign. Regardless of your gender, I don't read body parts. But you're sitting here able and ready and capable for a true love connection. And some of you are in a current connection or have just exited a connection where it has been absolute misery, one tower moment after another, lots of arguments, lots of cutting words, meanness, I just heard, meanness. Some of you could be or have been in the past with a partner who could like gaslight you, love bomb you, manipulate you into staying, perhaps affect your self-worth. Some of you currently are, or again, in your last relationship, maybe felt a bit depressed with that sun in the reverse. But there's a yearning in you to know what else is out there. What else is out there? Because this can't be it, right? The last lover I had that the relationship went to crap, that can't be the best of the best. The one I'm in now with this irate, Emperor in the reverse as an irate, aggressive individual. I love the Emperor in the upright. Emperor in the reverse is someone that you want to get as far away from that individual, regardless if they're masculine or feminine, doesn't matter. Again, I don't read body parts. But the King of Wands in the upright to the Emperor in the reverse is someone who can have a very fiery temper, very domineering, my way or the highway, very manipulative. They put very little into their connections, Three of Pentacles. They expect you to put more in. But they put the least amount in. They put bare minimum. In a love relationship, Three of Pentacles is great in the beginning because it's like, okay, this is what we're doing. We're putting the bricks together with the mortar and we're building a firm foundation. But if you built the foundation and you never built up from there and you're in it 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 20 years, 30 years, and your partner is only putting in Three of Pentacles, you never got to the Ten of Pentacles. See what I mean? Ten of Pentacles is the ultimate. We lay the threes down to get to the 10. So if you're in a long-standing relationship and you're still at the threes, it's your partner's not putting in as much as you're putting in. The goal here, I should say, is not to continue investing in a relationship with someone who is irate and domineering and expects you to put more in than they're putting in. So for those of you who have recently been in a relationship like that or currently are in a relationship like that, the focus here is, for those of you who currently left, how to heal your heart and your mindset into understanding that not everyone is going to be like the Emperor in the reverse that you just left. Not everyone out there is going to betray you or cheat on you or lie to you or manipulate you or be domineering or possessive or controlling over you. There is healthy love out there for you. Three of Wands to the Two of Cups. And you know it. Part of you knows it. So your focus here is to heal your heart and some trust issues that you have. Because even though it's like, look how it looks here. It's like, even though you want the Two of Cups, this is how the cards were laying out on the table. Even though you want the Two of Cups and you know it's out there, part of you is afraid that it's always going to end up in the Five of Swords. And it's just not. There is victory and love out there for you. There absolutely is. So for those of you where you've just recently left a relationship like that, your focus here in that 48-hour period of the partial lunar eclipse is for you to adjust your thinking that you are lovable and that there is a capable and willing partner out there for you who will love you and who is an emperor in the upright, someone who will meet you where you're at. Because you're sitting here as the Empress regardless of your gender, and you're either dating one emperor in the reverse after another, because it could be a pattern for some of you, not for all, but for some of you, and for others of you, you're currently in a relationship with the emperor in the reverse. And if you've just exited, the focus here is that you need to work on walking away from the emotional damage, Six of Swords, like moving on from the emotional damage or psychological damage that this person did to you. And I like that Knight of Swords because it's like, this is something that you can acquire information on. This is similar to Aries. They had the Page of Swords. So there is information out there that you can acquire and very quickly, readily at hand, because the Knight of Swords is a very fast knight. So there is either like online counseling or a friend you can talk to, or just reading online blogs or watching videos on YouTube, like these self-help videos. There are videos that will help you with your self-worth or rebuild your self-esteem or give you ideas on how to do that so you can emotionally and psychologically move on from whatever the damage is or was that this person did to you. Because there is true love out there for you, earth signs. There absolutely, without a doubt, there is. But a lot of you are staying in a relationship because you're afraid of the tower falling. You're afraid of what happens when it's gone. But you're with someone who I just heard steerage. Oh God, that's like a Titanic reference. You are first class, my love, and you're with someone who treats you like your steerage. Wow. You are first class. You're with someone who treats you like you're in third class or you belong with steerage. And that's why you're so miserable. So I guess for me as an air sign, I have to ask, why are you staying? Why are you afraid of walking away from misery? It's absolute misery for you. You're not happy there at all. You may convince yourself on some days. You may magician in the reverse there. You may magician gaslight yourself into thinking it's everything you want, but it's not. So for those of you that have left a relationship like this, your goal during that 48 hours is to acquire information on how to heal your heart and mind from the damage inflicted and to begin believing that true divine love does exist out there for you, that the person or people you've been with does not define every person that's on the face of the earth, okay? And for those of you currently in a relationship with someone who's the Emperor in the reverse, you need to acquire information on how to leave this individual very quickly. You have the Chariot here, the Three of Wands looking out into the future. The Three of Pentacles talks about you now putting in the work to create a new foundation in your life to move away from this person. Six of Swords talks about moving away from this individual. And the Knight of Swords is urging you to do it quickly. It's the only way to restore happiness in your life, get you on the path of healing so you can eventually find your divine counterpart. Literally right behind the Magician was the Knight of Cups to the Ace of Swords. You know this. You know that there's a knight in shining armor out there for you, that there's a more divine partner. Some of you are manifesting and hoping that the person you're with will become that person. They won't be. This is a karmic connection. This is not a divine union that you're in, regardless of how long you've been with this person. You were intended to learn lessons from this individual, self-worth, boundaries, your core beliefs, what you will and won't tolerate. This individual could be someone else's divine masculine, but they're not yours. For you, they are a karmic lesson. So that's what I have for you, Earth signs. That was a hard read, because I could feel the heaviness in your heart. I literally could feel the heaviness. Like, I'm starting to get depressed. I could feel the heaviness in your heart. And this person that you were with in the past, or you're currently with, is very charismatic and charming to the public. They're the King of Wands. They look good. They smell good. But man, behind closed doors, they're the Emperor in the reverse. They're irate. They're demanding. Some of you have like no friends. I'm just going to throw that out there. Some of you feel all alone in this. You're wrong is the message I just heard. You're wrong. There are people that you can collaborate and work with that will help you get out of this situation. The 48-hour period of the partial lunar eclipse, for those of you in this type of relationship, is to communicate with individuals you love and trust, or contact, a therapist, or an attorney, or someone, that can help you get out of this situation. But a lot of you feel like you're all alone in it, and you're not. You're not at all. There's at least one or two other individuals that if you really reached out to them, they would help you exit this situation. And for those of you where you've already exited it, but you're hurting still, again, there's one or two individuals, whether it's online counseling, family members, friends, etc., online chat groups, like, you're not alone is the message that's coming through here. There's one or two people you can collaborate with to heal your heart. And like I said, for those of you still in it, there's one or two people that can help you move on from this individual. And I would say to harness the energy of the partial lunar eclipse of the harvest moon to do that, to contact those individuals or acquire that information. And then you can work on manifesting your whole new life, or your whole new journey in love, whatever that means for you. It'll be different for each of you. So that's what I have for you, Earth signs. Let me also get you some Moonology cards, as well as a message from Archangel Michael. Moonology card, what you need to focus on. Know your worth. No crap. New moon in Taurus. Know your worth, Earth signs. There is a compatible, loving partner for you. Don't let the past hold you back, okay? And what you need to adjust, the Moonology card for that. Forgive, full moon in Pisces. I think some of you need to forgive yourselves for staying in a situation or a relationship that truly did not honor your worth. Let me get you a message now from Archangel Michael. Pray from the heart. Prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. So the divine definitely has your back, Earth signs. I wish you a lot of luck with healing your heart, moving forward, and finding your divine partner. I definitely know that that individual is out there for you. She has been coming through in your readings like you would not believe. So for those of you that need to, heal your heart, please take that 48-hour period to acquire information on how to do that. And for those of you stuck in an abusive situation, please reach out to family, friends, or some other network of individuals who can help you with that, okay? Take care, my friends. That's what I have for you, Earth signs. If you did not like that message, or you just want to see what your other placements are, just click on that timestamp. But if this is where we part for now, I wish you a tremendous amount of luck and courage with that situation. And until I read for you again, light, love, and peace. Sorry, I had to take a sip of that. Okay. Okay, air signs, what you got? We have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So what would the divine spirit universe, whatever you'd like to call it, what would they like air signs? What would you like air signs to focus on, or adjust, or release during this 48-hour time period of the partial lunar eclipse. One more shuffle here. What do air signs need to focus on or adjust and release? Okay, air signs, what do you need to focus on? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. What do you need to focus on? Ten of Swords. Why the Ten of Swords for what air signs need to focus on? Please and thank you. Ten of Swords in the upright is being clarified by the Magician in the upright. As above, so below. Judgment in the upright. And the Eight of Cups in the reverse. This is very similar to the 999 portal reading we did. And I think they're in their feelings reading as well that I just did yesterday. What do air signs need to focus on? I'm sorry, what do they need to adjust? I just saw the Seven of Wands with the Three of Swords. These cards came down face down. Typically, I don't accept face down cards, but I do want us to take a peek at them. It's the Ace of Cups in the upright to the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. We'll just put them back in the deck, and if they're meant to come out again, they shall. What do air signs need to adjust or release during this 48-hour period? Please and thank you. The Empress in the reverse. Why the Empress in the reverse for what they need to release? Please and thank you. Empress in the reverse is being clarified by Six of Swords in the reverse. Queen of Wands in the reverse. And the Tower in the upright. Oof. Okay, overall energy for you. Ace of Wands in the upright. That leaves at the bottom of the deck Two of Wands in the reverse. The Star in the upright, which makes sense because the Tower precedes the Star. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles with the Five of Cups. This is a very interesting message, a little contradictory here. So we'll take it step by step and see what messages come through. What you need to focus on, air signs, is healing your heart. There is an individual from your past, whether this is a friend, a family member, or a lover that you have had a falling out with. A lot of you have been manifesting this person back into your life. And they're coming back around again. The Eight of Cups in the reverse is someone who wants to try again. Judgment Call is someone who wants to rebirth the connection. You're standing here in the power of the Magician, regardless of whether you're a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, doesn't matter. But you're standing here like the pain needs to come to an end. So it's like twofold manifestation here. You're manifesting that things will change in this connection, whatever that connection is for you. So you no longer have to experience the Ten of Swords. So you're manifesting healing for yourself. And then you're also, for a lot of you, you're either manifesting that person to come back, or you're just manifesting love in general, like a new person to come back. Okay, it'll be different for each of you. But for those of you where you are manifesting the actual person to come back, they're coming back. So during the partial lunar eclipse, what you need to focus on is healing, because someone is going to enter your life soon, whether it's judgment is being called here. That's divine intervention. So judgment is being called in terms of matters of the heart for you, air signs. Whether you're going to have a new love interest come into your life, or someone from the past is re-entering your life. You're not going to be able to have a healthy connection with whoever that individual is unless you are completely healed from the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords could have happened in a past connection. That could be an accumulation of wounds you have experienced from like lots of different connections in your life. And for others of you, it's from this particular person that you want back. However you acquired those Ten of Swords, instead of just manifesting them away, actually utilize this 48-hour period to really work on healing them. And in order to heal something, you've got to feel it. Y'all might need a really good cry. Again, whether this person comes back or not, in order to be happy and healthy and move into the next chapter of your love journey, whether it's with that person, you know, the past person or the new person, this needs to be healed. All these wounds need to be healed. Otherwise, you're just going to negatively impact the next relationship that you're in. you'll be jaded because of what so-and-so did. And so you might be quick then to accuse your person of like lying to you or cheating on you. And meanwhile, they're not your past person. But because your wounds are not completely healed, you could be very easily triggered in the next relationship. And if this is a past person coming back around, same thing. You need to heal in order to forgive, because if that person is going to genuinely make the attempt to change themselves for the better, to improve themselves for themselves and for you and for their connection with you, then you're going to have to be in a healed enough place to accept them back. Otherwise, the minute they're 10 minutes late coming home, you're going to accuse them of doing something that they may have done in the past. See what I mean? So there's a lot of healing here that needs to take place for air signs, whether they're waiting for a past person to come back or they're waiting for a new person to enter their life. So there's a big focus on healing, because there is a passionate new beginning coming with that Ace of Wands. Again, whether it's a past person or a new person. Now, what you need to adjust, some of you are not going to like this. And now I'm an air sign, okay? I'm a Gemini sun. Some of you need to focus on your temperament, like your temper. And I know some of you are sitting there going, I don't have a temper. Yes, you do. I'm a Gemini. Your mouth moves quicker than a freaking hurricane, okay? And they do like 155 miles per hour. So you're not going to bullshit me here. There's Six of Swords in the reverse. You're not going to be able to move forward again in a healthy connection if you are very quick. I'm not saying you're always this way, but if you are quick to resort back into the Queen of Wands in the reverse mode, because you are an Empress. Most of you are an Empress or Emperor, okay? But you've been sitting in the Empress in the reverse situation for a while. And maybe it's because you're very jaded because of this accumulation of 10 swords in your back. And hey, I get it. I've been there. So real quick, when the Emperor or Empress is in the upright, they're like two of my favorite cards in tarot. And I always say the Emperor is someone who embodies the best qualities of all four kings, and the Empress embodies the best qualities of all four queens. So think about the power of that, of being the Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords, and Queen of Pentacles, or Kings, all wrapped up in one. Wow, I know how to make money. I know how to love unconditionally. I can speak effectively, and I always tell the truth. And I feel really good, and I have self-confidence. Like, think of those best qualities, what they mean for you as an individual, and how productive your life would be, or happier your life would be, if we really would harness the energy of the best qualities of those four archetypes. Okay, but we, because I'm an air sign too, so I'm not throwing you under the bus, but for a while now, we've been sitting in the Empress in the reverse, or Emperor in the reverse. And I always say that when those two cards go in the reverse, it's because one or more of the queens or kings are in the reverse. And this reading is clearly telling us which one it is. The Empress or Emperor is in the reverse because the Queen or King of Wands is in the reverse. Those individuals in the reverse tend to be more argumentative. They tend to be more jealous. They tend to be insecure. They could be a bit codependent, and they have a really fiery temper. Okay, or they get upset easily, or they lash out easily. Now, for a King or Queen of Wands to be in the reverse means their ego. No offense, we all have ego, and ego is a good thing. But when we allow our ego to, not to get damaged, because it's always going to get damaged, right? Someone's always going to kick you in the teeth. It's the way of the world. But when we allow the pain of that to stay within us for too long, we become that for too long. So it's an ineffective way to exist in a love relationship or in any relationship if at the minute your person doesn't do what you expect them to do, you're going to blow up at them. So the King and Queen of Wands in the reverse are also two individuals that set high, unrealistic expectations on themselves and on others. And that's why they easily fly off the handle. So, for example, let's say and I'm going to talk to the females out there, but, if you're male, take it also. It doesn't matter. But You know the anniversary date of the first time you guys went to the movies. Okay, it's some obscure date, but you remember it because it's the first time you ever saw a movie with him. And now on the 1 year anniversary of the first time you ever saw the first movie with him, you expect him, high unrealistic expectation, because you've made no mention of the importance of this date to you. You have not reminded him of this date. He has no knowledge that that date has any other significance to you other than that's the freaking day. Okay, but he's not tying seeing the movie last year with you to that day. But we create the unrealistic expectation of he has to know, so he's going to have to do something nice for me, like maybe to take me out and see another movie. Well, he doesn't know that. You never expressed that to him. So we've set a high, and I say him because women, let's be honest, we tend to do this a little bit more than men. But we set an unrealistic expectation, and then when he comes home, let's say we live with him and he comes home from work and he kicks the shoes off and wants to have dinner with us and then maybe wants to take a shower and go to bed. We're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. He didn't freaking remember. It's the 2 year anniversary since we saw a blah, blah, blah movie. He doesn't know that. That's not in his memory bank. And we did not clue him in that that was such a significant date to us. But then we get pissed off. How dare he? Right? How effing dare he not remember that on that night 2 years ago, we went for the first time to whatever AMC movie theater, you know what I mean? And so we get angry with him. And it creates a tower moment. I'm not saying you're responsible for every tower moment in your relationship. I'm just saying that a lot of tower moments occur in your relationship, in our relationships, because we often resonate, even though we're an air sign, we often resonate as a Queen of Wands in the reverse. And that's because of all the times we got backstabbed in the past. So now we set these boundaries that are so high, they create unrealistic expectations for our current and future partners. And because of that, we're never truly our best in the relationship. As much as we want to be the Empress or Emperor in the upright, we're always going to show up as the Emperor or Empress in the reverse. Because our Queen or King of Wands is in the reverse. Because of past hurts. See where I'm going with this? And therefore a relationship can't truly move forward. So we sit stuck and stagnant in a Six of Swords in the reverse relationship. And we wonder why it's not growing, and we tend to blame our partner for the lack of growth in the connection. This is big shit, isn't it? This is big. So in order to have a passionate new beginning, whether it's with the past person, which for most of you, 8 of Cups in reverse, it is a past person coming back. So whether it is a past person or it's just love in general that's entering your life, there is a huge call from the divine for air signs to heal, because you're not going to be able to move forward in the relationship. Look, 6 of Swords was in the reverse. 2 of Wands, future planning, in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles, not only the slowest freaking knight in the deck and my least favorite. In this deck, he doesn't even have a knee bent. This is total stuck in stagnation. So this is like what you don't see coming. Like if there's not healing to that part of ourselves, to these parts of ourselves that are wounded and that have left us jaded and ready to like freak out the minute our partner doesn't do what we want them to do, because again, we set unrealistic high expectations. If we don't heal that part of ourselves, whenever this passionate new beginning comes back to us, whether it's past person or new, it's going to be one tower moment in the connection after another. So there is a call here for air signs to cool your jets. But no, seriously, to heal. Really, we, and I'm going to include myself in that because I'm a Gemini, and I know that part of that message there kind of resonated with me. That's kind of scary, but it did. There are parts of me where I judge him unfairly at times because I set unrealistic expectations in the relationship based on past hurts from him and past lovers that I've had. And that's not fair to him at all. Does he create his own share of towers in a relationship? Absolutely. But I can certainly minimize the amount of towers we encounter if I can at least heal this part of myself. So that's the message for air signs. You have love entering your life. For some of you, it's a past person. For others of you, it's a new person. For some of you, you're in an existing relationship where you're just experiencing one tower after another. And you're very quick, we are very quick to blame our partner, but we're contributing to that. And a lot of that is because we are sitting in the energy of the King or Queen of Wands in the reverse. Time for us to heal that. Multitude of resources online, meditation, yoga, walks, crystals, so many different ways for you to implement or at least begin the implementation of that healing process for you. Because you can manifest new love, that the current love relationship strengthens, or that a past lover comes back. But if we have not healed, it's just going to be a broken record, and the same freaking story is just going to happen all over again. So in addition to our partner healing, like, this is our part of what we can do to heal ourselves for better love relationships. And if we do that, then we are able to take that tower in the upright and flip it in the reverse, because we'll be able to not have towers, or not have as many towers. And then we could take that Six of Swords in the reverse and flip it in the upright. And that will help us move our relationship forward, either strengthen a current relationship, move us forward into a healthier relationship, or if it's a reconnection, reconciliation, help us move that relationship forward into a higher level of commitment. Oh, wow. Big shit. I told you, that's big shit for us. Okay, that's what I have for you, air signs. Do what you will. Don't be offended. I certainly am not. I can resonate with some of those messages. Be sure to check your other placements. Let me get you some Moonology cards now. So what you need to focus on, make time for self-love. That's important. Self-love is all about healing. So definitely make time. And I'm not telling you you're going to heal all 10 swords in a 48-hour period, but you can begin to do that, or begin to learn or implement some sort of maybe daily regimen that will help you work on that. So definitely work on self-love there, my friends, or find ways to work on that. And then what you need to adjust, work through your feelings. Last quarter moon in Aries. Work through your feelings, because some of you may be thinking, I don't need to do that. And that's funny. That's last quarter moon in Aries, and Aries is fire energy. So, and an emperor in the reverse, because you can take that empress as an emperor, that is Aries energy as well. So, yeah, there's definitely a need here to heal, collective air signs, and to make time to learn self-love. So I'll be honest with you, I just started like this 20-minute workout, and I've noticed just a reduction in my stress level since I started this. I started this like 5 days ago. I wake up in the morning, and before I do anything, I pick one song of the day and I listen to it 4 times. And that gives me that time limit. And I know you're probably like, who wants to listen to the same song 4 times? Then pick 4 other songs. Make them about 3 to 4 minutes each, and just listen to them. And literally, I get out of bed, I hit play, and I'm ready to go for whatever 15 or 20-minute period that is for those 4 songs to play out. And then I hop in the shower and I go on with my day. Just that for me is like an act of self-love. So, and I've noticed a reduction in my stress, and I do feel like it's helping me heal just by doing that, because it's a little bit of like self-care thing that I can do for myself. So I'm not telling everyone to jump out of bed tomorrow morning and do 15 minutes of squats and crunches and push-ups and all of that stuff, but find something like that, similar to that you're going to love to do every day or every other day, that will be nurturing to you, that will allow you to make, what the hell is 20 minutes a day on self-love? Something that's going to make you feel good, help you heal your heart, help you heal your wounds, and get you from Queen of Wands in the reverse to Queen of Wands in the upright. It sure as shit is worth 15, 20 minutes a day. We spend that on crap. We spend that on scrolling on Facebook Reels and YouTube Reels, let's be honest. So to take that little bit of time and pour it into ourselves is a good thing. So maybe find something like that you like to do, just to help you start healing those wounds. And and I already gave you your work through your feelings thing. Oh, message from Archangel Michael. Your vibration is rising. This is a great time of spiritual growth for you. You are evolving to occupy a higher energetic frequency. And you'll notice your energy raising. And I hate to make it sound hierarchical, but you do end up having an energetic frequency increase when we get out of that Queen or King of Wands in the reverse, when we become more balanced individual. That does help us to evolve spiritually and raise our vibrations. So pretty good messages there for the air signs. Take them, do with them with whatever you want. Check your other placements, but it's a good opportunity for us to find ways to heal our hearts and get ready for love, whether we currently have it and we want to strengthen it, or we have new love coming into our life, or some of us past love. But yeah, definitely in order to have this beautiful, new, passionate beginning, a new chapter of love in our life, we need to heal those old wounds so we don't set unrealistic expectations on our partner. Good message for you, air signs. That's what I have for you. If you like this message and it resonated with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Let's see what messages want to come through for you today in respect to that partial lunar eclipse of the harvest moon. I'm not sure if I mentioned it during the intro, but that harvest moon is taking place on either September 17th or 18th, depending on where you live in the world. So it's important for you to do a quick little internet search for the region of the world you live in to see what day that partial lunar eclipse is taking place in. And then what you want to do is cease your manifestation for that day and the day after, okay? And instead, if you want, you have the divine gift of free will, but if you want, you can focus on whatever message or messages come out in today's reading. So, tapping into the water sign energy now, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, what would you like them to focus on during this partial lunar eclipse? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. The Magician in the reverse. Why the Magician in the reverse? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Magician in the reverse is being clarified by Ace of Swords in the... Is that Ace of Swords? Yes, Ace of Swords in the reverse. Seven of Pentacles in the upright. And Judgment in the reverse. What would you like them to adjust? What would you like them to adjust, please, and thank you. The High Priestess in the reverse. Well, this message is pretty clear, but let's clarify that High Priestess in the reverse here, please, and thank you. High Priestess in the reverse is being clarified by Ace of Cups in the upright, Justice in the upright, and the Lovers in the upright. Bottom of the deck, overall energy for water signs is Strength in the reverse. That leaves at the bottom of the deck the Emperor in the reverse, the Two of Wands in the upright, and the King of Cups in the upright. And then we have the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the Nine of Pentacles or Nine of Coins. Take these messages how they resonate to you and don't be offended by them. I'm a Scorpio moon. So some of you may not like what, the message that's coming through. That's okay. Take the parts that fit and leave the rest, okay? Some of you are not utilizing all of your aces. You are resonating here, or you could be resonating, or should be, I should say, the Magician in the upright. Meaning, if you really applied yourself, you would, or let me change that. Thank you. If you truly believed in yourself like you should, then you would know that within you, you do have all the aces to right whatever wrong is in your life or change the direction of your life. You are in possession of the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups. But the Magician being in the reverse tells me that you either don't believe you have one of those tools or you're completely lacking it. So you either have it and don't believe you have it, or you really don't have it, okay? This is sort of like the Emperor or Empress in the reverse. I always say when the Emperor Empress is in the upright, they're at their best. And so they possess the best of, qualities of all four queens or all four kings. When the Emperor's in the reverse or Empress is in the reverse, it means one of those queens or one of those kings are in the reverse, okay? When the Magician is in the reverse, it means one of the aces are in the reverse. You either don't believe you have it because you have self-worth issues or self-esteem issues, or you really don't have it, okay? I feel like for a lot of you, the message that I'm getting here is you're not listening to your intuition. You do have all four aces, and the one that's screaming the loudest to you is the Ace of Swords, which in the upright is the Ace of Truth. And the Ace of Swords is screaming at you through your intuition some kind of truth. Now, I don't know what this is for you. This could be in your professional life, in a relationship with a friend, a family member, a coworker, a lover. It's different for each of you. But with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, you're like, don't want to acknowledge that you really know that truth. Okay, let me give you an example. You have a best friend. You know that every time within your group of friends, there's some type of gossip about you, negative gossip. You know it, you feel it in your gut that it's coming from your best friend, because that's the only person you confide everything into. So if everyone knows about it and they're gossiping about what just happened, you know in your gut that it must have been your best friend who told everyone. But you don't really want to believe that, because that's your best friend. And the rational part of your mind is saying, my best friend would never do that to me. And your heart tells you, I really love my best friend and I would never do that to my best friend. Therefore, I don't believe my best friend would ever do that to me. But your gut, your intuition is screaming at you, but it's the best friend. Okay? So there's some kind of truth that you know because you are in possession of it. But you're operating or functioning from the standpoint of the Magician in the reverse, because one of your aces is in the reverse, and the ace that's in the reverse for you is the Ace of Swords. You don't want to know the truth about something or someone, and therefore you're wasting time on whatever this is. You could be at a dead-end job, but you convince yourself every day that it's the best job on earth. And one day, if you just sit there long enough and you invest more time and maybe you work more hours that they're not going to pay you overtime for, they'll one day see your worth or value and they're going to make you CEO of the company. You're wasting your time. You're giving your time and talents and skills to a company that they're never going to make you CEO. They're just going to continue to take advantage of your time and skills and talents. See what I mean? But because you're not listening to that truth within yourself, because you really love that job and you love your bosses and you love what you do and you love your coworkers, you assume they love you too. They don't. And so you're failing to make the right judgment call. Judgment in the reverse is someone who's failing to listen to their intuition. And you're failing to listen to your intuition about something or someone in your life. This could be a family member. This could be a friend. This could be a lover. It's different for each of you. It could be, like I said, place of employment, or it could be a community or neighbor. The collective is large for water signs. So you're going to have to take this how it applies. But you know in your gut, you're wasting time in a particular situation, environment, or relationship. And you're failing to listen to your intuition. Your high priestess is in the reverse. Your intuition is in the reverse. For some of you, it's regarding love. It doesn't have to be. But in order for you to get justice in love, you need to make the choice. Lovers is the original choice card in tarot. And I'm going to say we here, because like I said, I'm a Scorpio moon. We have to make the choice here that in order to have real abundant love for whatever this is, love in our endeavors, love of what we do, love in a family connection, friend connection, loveship, whatever this is, we need to make the choice that in order to have true, honest love in our life, we have to see that situation, relationship, or person exactly for what they are and not for what we want them to be. That's the choice we have to make. That's the only way to bring justice to ourselves. And we're lacking the strength to do that right now because we love the job that we're at, or we love what we do, or we love the people we do it with, or we love that best friend, or we love that family member that's always using us or undermining us or being passive aggressive every time we have a victory. Or it could be a lover. And, you know, we think that this individual is the emperor or empress in the upright, and meanwhile, they're in the reverse. For some of us, it is concerning love. But whatever it is something that you love. Okay, so it could be an endeavor, it could be tarot reading. Maybe you have a tarot reading business, or, you know, I don't want to tell you immediately it's your partner who's doing something shady and you're failing to recognize the truth. This could be anything, friends that take advantage of you. But we are failing to acknowledge that something is not on the up and up here. Like, we don't want to believe it. We don't want to believe it. And what we need to focus on during this partial lunar eclipse is the truth. And we don't have to confront that person, place, or thing. But within ourselves, we need to have an honest conversation with ourselves about what the truth really is about the situation. Am I really going to end up being CEO? Is that person really my best friend and they have my best interest at heart? Is that family member really proud of my successes, or are they jealous and they give me passive aggressive comments and it lowers my self-esteem? And I don't want to believe that person would do that because, you know, they're my favorite aunt, or it's my dad, or, you know, whomever that person is, or could be a lover. I don't want to believe that they're lying or cheating or whatever it is that they're doing or you think they're doing. So what we need to focus on during that partial lunar eclipse is the truth to ourselves. Honest conversation with ourselves. What is the truth? The whole truth and nothing but the truth. And then we need to implement something. Two of Wands. We need to look into the future and say, what are some skills that we can learn and implement to help us really harness or create, I don't want to say create, harness or get in touch with, that's better, thank you, Spirit, get in touch with our intuition moving forward so we never make that mistake again. So we never misjudge a situation or person again. So we don't waste any more time giving to a situation, a job, a friendship, a family member, a lover, and we're wasting our time, skills, and talents on something that's we want it to be our Nine of Cups. It's never going to be. I hope these messages are making sense. So 2 things for us to do during this partial lunar eclipse. 1, have an honest conversation to ourselves about the truth. And you know exactly what this is about. It's different for each of you, but if this message is resonating, you know exactly what or who you're sort of maybe burying your head in the sand about because you just don't want to admit it to yourself because it might be a little too painful. I get it. I do. But it's an honest conversation we need to have with ourselves. And then we need to make the active choice, the Lover's card, that in order to bring justice in our lives moving forward. 2 of Wands, we need to look for and implement things, practices, like a daily regimen or every other day regimen, some type of practice, meditation, whatever it is, that's going to really help us like fine tune our intuition moving forward. So we never spend time in situations or connections that are just a waste of our time, that don't really appreciate who we are and what we bring to the table. And that will get us ever closer to our Nine of Cups, whatever or whomever that may be. But we need to focus on strength because it takes a lot of strength. We're going to have to look ourselves in the mirror and say, I've been gaslighting myself into believing ABC about this person, place, or thing. And I know damn well it's not true. That's tough because then we're partially to blame. The person is partially to blame for leading us on, or the job is partially to blame for leading us on. But then the really hard part is to admit we kind of did it to ourselves too. You know what I mean? And that requires a lot of strength. So take those 2 days, my friend, to have an open, honest conversation with yourself about the truth. You don't have to confront the person, place, or thing. You just have to be honest with yourself. And then do some internet searches and try to find ways, reasonable, inexpensive ways, practices that you can do moving forward. For me, it's meditation to help me connect more to my intuition. So moving forward, you know, we'll make decisions not based on what we think or based on what we feel, but based on what we know, what we really, really know. Okay? That's the message for water signs. That was heavy. I thought earth sign was heavy. This is heavy because this is just an honest conversation with ourselves. And that's literally the hardest conversation to have. We can tell anyone else on the face of the planet, they're wrong, this is right, this is factual, right? It is damn hard to look in the mirror and say, you've been lying to yourself. The truth is really ABC. That's hard. But let's do it. This is our mission, and let's do this together. Whatever this is, we need to be honest with ourselves about that person, place, or thing. And then let's do some internet searches and figure out different skills or practices we can do moving forward to better sharpen our intuition so we never fall for whatever that is again. Okay? So we can see through the veil that people or things may put in front of us that makes us that like obscures our vision a bit and doesn't allow us to really see them or it for what they are. You know what I mean? So let's work on that. Let's work on strengthening our intuition, collective. Let's get some Moonology cards now for you. What you need to focus on, know you are loved. I love that. Oh no. Did my phone, I think my phone just died. Okay. I use that to control the camera, so I'm hoping that the camera's still rolling. What you need to focus on, know that you are loved. New moon in Libra. And then what do we need to adjust? Detoxify, full moon in Taurus. I love that. Yeah, detoxifying maybe untruths that we told ourselves. Detoxifying. I like that a lot. And Archangel message, Archangel Michael message for all of us. Take control of your thoughts. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Have faith and stay focused on the outcome that you truly desire. And I love that the key here sort of has a sword handle. Very similar, well, not in this card depiction, in the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck. Very similar to the Ace of Swords handle is the key. So I feel like the key for our future moving forward that will make us more happy and bring us closer to achieving this 9 of Cups, our ultimate wish fulfillment, whatever or whoever that is for us to really see people for who and what they are. I need to do this with a couple of friends in my life. So this is really, and probably a family member or two. So this is something I'm going to practice or try to work on. I hope it's something that you work on as well. Good luck to you, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, with whatever this is. I wish you a lot of love and courage as well as strength. And until I read for you again, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.